With ExpressVPN's popularity rising over the last 15 years, its pricing has also soared. In fact, it reached almost concerning levels, at least according to the ExpressVPN community. So, does it actually make sense to buckle up and pay up, or is it not worth it? In this ExpressVPN review, I'm going to go over all the pros and cons to find out. First thing first, encryption. Like with any VPN provider, encryption is one of the most important aspects. ExpressVPN uses a combination of standard and modern AES 256 and SHA-SHA-20 encryption algorithms. Now, ExpressVPN further bolsters the security with its RAM-only servers. And you may think, okay, yeah, Emmett, but it's pretty much industry standard to use RAM-only servers nowadays. Yeah, while that's a good point, it's still worth mentioning as it's the safest available server configuration. Actually, years ago, ExpressVPN pushed the envelope in the industry and was the first to implement RAM-only infrastructure. Of course, ExpressVPN also adheres to a strict no-logs policy, which is backed by independent audits confirming that the provider doesn't store any logs or its user data. Now, another great thing about ExpressVPN is that you don't have to pay the full price. With my exclusive ExpressVPN coupon code, it costs significantly less, and all you have to do is grab it through this QR code or via the link in the description. Very easy. Now, all of these security measures are expected from any trustworthy VPN provider, let alone a top-of-the-line one. But how well does ExpressVPN hold up with its server count and performance? Is ExpressVPN good? I mean, yeah, performance-wise, ExpressVPN has recently gone above and beyond, upgrading their lightweight protocol to the turbo level. ExpressVPN achieved this by implementing DCO. That's a modern technique that processes data packets more efficiently. This results in better speeds overall, at least for those using Windows devices. Now, what I like about ExpressVPN's performance is that the speed retention is great even when connecting to remote locations like Japan. That said, it's still not the fastest VPN out there, at least according to my testing, which you can see on screen right now. Additionally, ExpressVPN doesn't publicly disclose its server count, which I don't like, as it's not transparent at all and makes me feel like they're hiding something. Other best VPN providers like NordVPN, Surfshark, and ProtonVPN all boast thousands of servers, so it's just weird that ExpressVPN doesn't do this. Either way, ExpressVPN's performance is decent, which is all that matters, both for torrenting and streaming content. All right, that's about it on the performance side of this ExpressVPN review. Now, it's time to see what's under the hood in terms of features. So let's start with the common ones like split tunneling. So ExpressVPN lets you choose which apps are covered by the VPN connection and which aren't. This is useful for banking apps or other services like Steam, which don't allow VPN connections at all. Your internet traffic will still be protected on other websites and apps, excluding the ones for which you want to use your real IP address. Now, talking about protection, ExpressVPN looks out for you with its threat manager. It makes browsing much safer by blocking trackers, ads, and malicious websites. But I gotta say that while Threat Manager is great for blocking ads, it's not gonna block them all. Some ExpressVPN competitors do block more though, like NordVPN, so there's room for improvement here. Now, another critical feature for any robust VPN is a kill switch. This mechanism ensures that your real IP address is not going to be leaked if the VPN connection drops unexpectedly by automatically blocking all internet traffic. So, if you're torrenting and the VPN disconnects, your real identity won't be exposed. Now, that said, if you need the VPN connection to be on 24/7, ExpressVPN has got you covered with its Auto Connect. It's especially handy if you often connect to untrusted networks like cafes, airports, and other public Wi-Fi spots. So ExpressVPN further makes users' lives more convenient with app shortcuts, letting you seamlessly access your most used apps directly from within the ExpressVPN user interface. This way, you'll also get into the good habit of always connecting to a VPN before using your go-to apps, so it's a double win. All of these features are useful, but what really takes the cake for me is ExpressVPN on router. So I had the pleasure of setting up a few routers with old firmware myself, and let me tell you, there's nothing like going down the rabbit hole on Reddit looking for the exact reason why your decade-old router won't properly work with a VPN. ExpressVPN comes in clutch with use cases like these. I mean, with its streamlined router setup, it's just easily the most convenient VPN to use on a router. Actually, it's such a success that ExpressVPN even launched a proprietary router called AirCove, which features a built-in VPN. So if you're looking for a router that supports easy VPN setup, I really recommend looking up AirCove. All right, moving on. The provider has a built-in password manager called ExpressVPN Keys. It lets you save passwords and other sensitive information in an encrypted vault, so you'll never need to remember 100 different passwords again. It also autofills your credentials every time you log into a website or an app. I don't know about you, but I hate filling in all the complex credentials manually every time I log in, so it's a major win for me. Oh, and ExpressVPN Keys sync across all devices, so whether you're using it on PC or your phone, you won't need to type in password ever again. Now, on top of this, ExpressVPN has quite a unique tool that monitors your credit card activity and alerts you about any potential risk of fraud or identity theft risk. Now, so if we take a look at competitors and compare NordVPN versus ExpressVPN or ProtonVPN, these providers offer password managers as well, but with two downsides. One, NordPass and ProtonPass come as separate apps, as opposed to being integrated directly into the VPN. You need to get a separate subscription for both of them. Granted, password managers aren't expensive, but still, it's a separate price that you'd have to pay. Now, finally, ExpressVPN does have a nice perk, which is especially cool now that the holiday season is here. It comes with a 5GB eSIM, ideal for those traveling abroad. This perk's cost alone can be more than the monthly price of the whole ExpressVPN plan. So yeah, the provider has many benefits for what it costs. Now, so speaking of costs, let's dive a little deeper and see what the ExpressVPN price actually is. So right off the bat, I could say that I personally chose the 2-year plan. For me, that's just the best value compared to the other two available options, a monthly subscription or a 12-month one. With the 24-month subscription, the price becomes significantly lower, and if you use my discount code, it's even better. However, there is something that you need to know. ExpressVPN allows only 8 simultaneous connections, which might be a concern for large households that have a lot of devices. So, do I think that ExpressVPN is worth it? In my eyes, yes. The price is justifiable after you dig deeper and realize that there's a lot more than a simple VPN that you pay for. So therefore, yes, I can easily recommend ExpressVPN for you. That's it for my ExpressVPN review 2025. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and let me know what your opinion is on ExpressVPN. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.